Hello, happy Monday, March 11th, 2019, Vinnie Marino podcast. It's 7 o'clock, but it's really 6 o'clock. How many times we heard that shit with this time change, you know? We'll be saying that for the next week. So I'd like to welcome everybody to the show. I'd like to welcome the ones who are watching live. If you watch it live, I want you guys to please like it, share it with somebody. I'm going to have some stuff coming up with that. If you know, a little contest or something I'll do at one of my future shows once I get my feet running here. So tonight is going to be an interesting show. We have coming back from last week's show, just on a follow-up on some topics that he wants to share, is Doug Monda. He's here with us tonight from Survive First Foundation. Welcome, Doug.
Welcome back.
Also, we have my cohort, Jason Landy, and
hello.
And they're all going to be here. We're going to have a nice discussion tonight. We're not going to pound on one topic. We're going to bounce around on a few different things that are kind of funny. So I'd like to welcome everybody. First, I want to start off with what the freak is going on with all this pollen over here. Holy shit. I'm freaking... Are you guys suffering from this crap?
Yeah.
I mean, my car suffers. I mean, I got a black car, and god dang, it's like I can't stop, like, can't, ain't shit I can do about it but keep coughing. So I keep, you know.
I live in Cocoa Beach, man, and I live on the only street in the town with freaking oak trees.
Yeah.
The name of my street? Oak Street.
Oh, well.
Like, go figure.
That's why they probably called it that.
Yeah, and they're all right over my freaking cars.
Yeah.
Man.
So, how was your weekend, guys? Jason, how was your weekend?
Let's see. I worked.
You got a sunburn?
So I got a sunburn.
Did you lay on the beach?
No, I was actually helping a buddy of mine. He started a new business, and we were kind of putting the, those pod things? You know, the pods, the moving storage things? Yeah.
So,
But anyway, I helped him.
I thought you meant like from a palm tree.
No, a pod, not palm.
Pod.
Pod.
P-O-D. Okay.
Right. So anyway, helped him put those together. You know, so I was out in the sun a little bit, and helping out.
Looks like you got some sun, so I was like, wow. Huh? Did you go to the beach?
No, I was hoping I was going to go cruising, but
Well,
that's another episode.
So I touched on the time change because that is. I tell you what, today frickin' flew by. Holy shit, man! I couldn't believe how fast today went, man. It was like, before you know it, was like, holy shit, I got to get my son from school. Mm-hmm. Holy shit, I got to get over to the podcast studio. And god dang, man, it's pretty fast paced. And then we'll get. Hopefully, it'll change back again. Hopefully, it stays this way. Oh, man. Because I tell you what, man, I like longer days. How about you, Doug? You like longer days?
I like the longer nights. I'm an early bird, though, man. I'm out 4:30 in the morning.
Well, you like longer nights?
But no, I like the daylight.
Yeah, there you go.
I like the daylight longer at night when you get home. I know my wife likes it. You can train, go out.
Yeah, get more shit done, man. Get your yard work done for you guys that are still working, and do some yard work. Hey, while I'm talking to you guys, I just want to, if you guys notice, I'm wearing this really cool hat. I was at the the Vieira Seafood Festival over the weekend. Saturday. What's today? Monday? Today's Monday. Saturday, I went there, and I showed you a picture on my podcast page that I met. I saw these people walking on the sidewalk, and I pulled up there in my golf cart, and I was like, "Hey, how was it in there?" They said, "Oh, we didn't go. We're just working in the area here, working there." I said, "Oh, I seen the lanyards." I said, "Well, who are you?" So one guy said, "That's Travis Tritt's wife." I said, "Holy shit!" So I jumped out of the golf cart. I went over, and I said, "Wow." I said, "You're famous." She's very, 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 very modest. She didn't, very low key, very pretty. She had her daughter there, who was an up and coming country star, and
cool.
I shot the breeze with them. They were actually had friends that were parked along the roadway in a camper, so that was interesting. So, but inside this, did you go to the seafood festival? Anybody?
No, man.
No, I know a ton of people.
Producer Jesse? No, nobody went. Mm-hmm. So I went there with my girlfriend and my brother and another couple and his wives, and I'll tell you, man, it was $10 to get in. People were saying some negative stuff. $10 to get in, $5 to park.
Okay.
And then once you're in there, I'm telling you got to watch your footing because you'll twist your damn ankle. They have this like Jurassic Park mulch. It's like it's not even mulch. It's like branches. They took the shitty they took the shittiest things and threw it in there, and it was a dust bowl, man. It was okay. It was like a carnival setting because they had a big carnival ride, huge stage. The stage was a really big production for the concerts, that I did not see any of them. But it was okay. I didn't eat anything, didn't want to eat anything. It was just, there was dust flying everywhere. I think the next day everybody was blowing dust boogers. When you get the dust in your nose, and the little things in their eyes. And
that might be the other reason why you're going.
Yeah. Well, no, I was doing it before. So, but I don't know. Whoever went to the seafood festival, if you want to comment what you thought it was like. I mean, I don't know. I got free parking because I parked my golf cart on the street. But I'm sure they're going to catch on to that crap, and they're going to start charging golf carts to park on the street now. But
it's going to happen, man.
That'll be a challenging one. And then, anybody go to Bike Week? First weekend opening.
I don't have a motorcycle.
Okay, you don't have to. It's not required. Doesn't have to have a motorcycle.
I mean, listen, I used to go up and watch the show all the time. I mean, it's interesting.
Well,
it's a whole nother world up there during these bike week, spring break, everything else.
Doug, you didn't go?
I have a triathlon bike that costs as much as a Harley.
Oh?
So I'm riding a dog out of that thing right now.
That could be a trip to ride up there on that.
No, I used to go a lot, back in the day. I used to ride with all the boys from work, but I missed the freak show this year.
Oh yeah. Well, I went last. I don't know if I went last year or not, but me, my brother, and two other guys. Producer Jesse went. We piled in the SUV and went on up there, and we stopped off at Harley Davidson up there in Daytona. I think that was fun. We hung out there for a couple hours. We drank. We had we ate some Publix subs. It was $5.99 a sub. So my brother put the bill. He bought us all a sub, and we all tailgated right there. We had it was interesting there. Then we left from there and went over to the world famous whoop, whoop, Iron Horse Saloon.
That is world famous, man.
It's a shithole.
It is.
Well, I mean, yeah. I mean, it's
but you know what?
Small.
Most of those.
That's what makes it good. Though.
Exactly. I felt like exactly. I felt like I was a biker, and I wasn't even on a bike.
You got to remember, most of these things that are quote unquote world famous, tied in to certain things,
but
they're mostly adult.
It was cool. It was. I posted some on my personal Facebook. Like my brother and Gary were shooting pool. The only ones in there. Everybody was outside.
Wait, which one looked like Slash? Who was that?
That was my brother.
He dressed up.
I thought that was.
I'll tell you what.
I thought that was real for me. And I was like, man, they're having fun. Man.
Holy shit! I'll tell you what.
Fooled me, man.
Slash at Bike Week.
Props, man. People were just loving it, man. He knows how to dress, man. When he gets out there, he knows how to get attention. That's for sure. But Bike Week so Iron Horse was cool. We stayed there. They had some live music, and the drinks were all cheap, man. It wasn't like it was expensive. It was all right. We stayed there for a little bit. Said we, just to say we were there. I tried to buy a shirt, but I just wasn't a fan of their attire
or the price of $30 or $40.
Yeah, they were like for a T-shirt, it was like $22 or something.
That ain't too bad.
But you know what? One wash, it's going to disappear. You'll have a black T-shirt after it's all said and done,
or a hole.
And then from there, we I'm just trying to give everybody what we did over then from there we drove to Main Street, and it was a freaking hell of a day trying to find a parking spot. So I don't. They wanted. Producer Jesse wanted me to park on just some roadway, and I'm like, shit, no. My brother's telling me to park in the parking lot of 7-Eleven. Which he says, buy a pack of gum and leave. I said, no, I'm not going to leave my freaking truck there. No. No, it's going to get towed. And nothing's free there. And there's whatever. If it looks like it's empty, you think 9 million people didn't want to park there? No, it's empty for a reason.
Exactly.
So I ended up finding a church. Parking? Excuse me?
They didn't have cop parking, like PD or something.
Yeah, right. No, they didn't. I didn't even try to throw that card out there. But we ended up parking in a church that was 100% donation to the church.
Perfect.
So it was $10. I felt good. And long story short, we went out to Main Street. We, there's the antics that goes on there. We went to Dirty Harry's, and I posted on my podcast page some of the wet T-shirt contest. And oh my God, it was
that was. I have to admit, I looked at it and it was awful.
But I had to get a picture with the lady that was. She entered we watched 2 of them. She entered both. I'm sure she probably entered all 5 of them that were coming up. And she finally, I had to get a picture with her because that tattoo or whatever that ink she had on. I didn't get the backside, but the front said Boner Garage, and I was like, ugh. And then the back of it said rear parking or something like that. So, but it was crowded. It was fun. The weather was great. The drinks were cheap. We went to Dirty Harry's. We went to some upstairs bar. I don't even know what that was. Producer Jesse, you know what it was?
I forget.
I was the designated driver, so I wasn't drinking. I was like keeping an eye on these guys.
Well, thank God.
Then we went to another bar, and then we I'm telling you, we didn't get back till, if we didn't stop at Crystal Burgers at like 11 something at night.
Man.
And I was trying to be the negotiator of the order, you know. And
I mean, wait, Crystal Burgers, that's like human X-Lax.
Oh.
That's just
yeah.
Man,
I'm
that,
still feeling it.
So
slider. They call them sliders for.
I'm not going to mention any names, but I said, let's just get the 15 pack. It's like you get so many hamburgers, a couple chicken sandwiches, and fries. No, bullshit. I want 24 Crystal Burgers, 20 chicken nuggets, 2 orders of fries.
Did anybody get a corn pup?
A who?
The corn pup, the little corn dog.
Never heard of it. I don't even eat a Crystal Burgers.
Oh man.
So
the corn pup's the best thing there.
that's where all the weed heads go to, man.
So, anyways, I'm all over the fucking map because I'm ADHD, man. Nothing squirrel. I mean, everything just goes crazy. But I wanted to give a shout out to these group of guys that I met at the Seafood Festival, and it's the hat I'm wearing tonight. Jason's wearing his. They are the Saltwater Syndicate. I met those guys, man. They're some cool dudes, man. They're like, hey, they're like Cocoa Beach guys, man. They're in Naples. Okay. I bought one hat. I bought the one hat, and then I left, and I was like, God dang, I should have bought more because I'm a hat guy. I love hats. So I said, but I don't want to go back and pay $10 to go back in there to buy a hat. So I got on their website. I messaged them, and the dude said, hey, man, I'll meet you out. I'll meet you outside. And I said, all right, man. I said, so he brought me out some hats.
Didn't you get a shirt too?
Oh yeah, yeah. So I got this cool hat. Look at this one, man. That is it's a lime green, white, and the quality of this hat, my people, is amazing. It's a great hat. I love it. So I bought 3 hats, and I bought a shirt. They sell performance gear, and I'll tell you, look at this thing, man. Performance gear is good. Look at this.
That's a good
logo,
fishing shirt right there, man.
It's a long sleeve, and they fit. They fit. Look at the back, man.
That's cool, man.
That's
cool
a nice
logo.
looking shirt.
Badass, man. And these guys are, local dude. Jason Brick is the actual owner of it. And I'm telling you, man, he reminds me of like Patrick Swayze. He's like really laid back. He's got a cool website. He's got a Facebook page. It's Saltwater Syndicate. Check it out. Check out their website, saltwatersyndicate.com. They got some hot chicks on there modeling their stuff. That's always, if you just want to look, it's good. Like their page, man. I'll tell you. I plan on doing some ordering for them over the next time. I'm going to order some stuff, some more performance wear. They got it for women too, man. So locally, not locally here, but local guys in Florida, Naples, they go to all these little events and they, hey, I support.
Hey man, they're hustling.
People.
They're hustling.
Hey man, yeah, he's a fisherman too, and who else is going to know more, like my buddy Doug, about what their topic they're talking about if they're not involved. Exactly. This guy's a true fisherman. If you look at his Facebook page, you'll see that they live and die for fishing and surfing, and they're actually going to be back out here in Cocoa Beach for this surf fest coming up. That's like next 17th or something.
Beach and board.
Yeah.
That's cool.
So hey, Jason, if you're listening, man, props to you, dude. I mean, I'll definitely order, and I'll hope some people get on your website and check out your products. But so anyway, moving right along. Jason.
Yo.
What we talked about this goddamn struggle that we have here in Vieira, this diversion diamond. Now, people that live in our area know the troubles that we have in Vieira with traffic. I mean, one light don't communicate with the next light, traffic light.
Of course.
You go from it's like that red light, green light game. Mm-hmm. You go red light, green light, red light, green light. So traffic never flows. So the engineers of Vieira decide to come up with other ways to help traffic flow. So in the worst way, I think God instilled to these people, we need an exit ramp at Vieira Boulevard in 95. Okay? Because there's not enough exits to get to where you need to be, and everybody wants to come to Vieira. You got the courthouse, school board, all kinds of shit going on over there.
Of course.
So they created this thing called the diversion diamond.
Is that the circle?
No,
that's a circle of death.
That's the circle of death. That's they're guarding this tree, this sacred tree. It's like,
the Mormon sacred tree.
Oh my God! It's that. I'm telling you right now.
For real?
Yeah, seriously, man. It's like it is a sacred family tree that they are protecting out there.
And do you know, Doug? Let me tell you this because you're a former cop. That traffic circle is the biggest nightmare to law enforcement. That FHP Highway Patrol does not hold anybody accountable or at fault for a crash in there. So you could be riding in your lane, minding your own business, and some jackass whips over, and just because they don't want to yield getting off this octagon, and they sideswipe you.
Yeah.
they violated your right of way. But FHP says it's almost like they shun Vieira to say, you know what, you guys have this nonsense. We're not going to hold anybody accountable for a crash in here because it's so goddamn confusing. Well, it's not, but it is. So they don't. So if you get in a wreck, so now you're battling your insurance company for because nobody's held at fault. So now you got to try to.
Yeah, I avoid Vieira like the plague.
Oh my God!
I'm a beach guy. If I got to cross the bridge, man, there's a problem.
Or there's a reason.
Or there's a reason.
But seriously, Vinny,
So-
this diamond thing, which is
What is it? Yeah.
so it's pretty much this crisscross pattern thing over 95. So you get on and off the ramps there at 95, but then it's supposed to do traffic flow and speed things up, things like that. But they haven't opened up the 95 part yet. That's problem number one. Problem number two is a lot of people who live on the east side of Vieira are not allowed to drive their golf carts over 95 anymore.
Well, they never were allowed to begin with.
Correct.
It was never designed and it was never enforced.
But now it's going to be.
Oh, now they're getting now they're enforced. Now they can't drive golf carts over the overpass, which is pissing a lot of people off.
See, my thing is until people get to know this thing, God forbid someone's wasted, drunk. They start going over this thing the wrong direction. I mean, they haven't even opened up the 95 stuff, and I heard there was like 4 or 5 accidents the first day they started opening it up.
That's probably why they don't allow golf carts in Cocoa Beach because everybody's wasted there.
Oh yeah, I mean, well, it's no shoes, no shirt. You get service there because usually over here it's no shoes, no shirt, no service. Cocoa Beach, Cape Canaveral. Yeah. I'm telling you, man, they don't. Everybody's on 2 wheels, 4 wheel skateboards because most of them have suspended licenses for DUIs, but.
But supposedly this conversion diamond, we are the second or third one in the entire nation. Supposedly.
Yeah, give it to us. Anything that we want to try,
anything to screw our county up,
anything they want to sample, let's throw it over in Vieira. Like a bunch of jackwagons, man.
So
it's the worst thing.
In New Jersey, you can't make a left turn.
Yeah, you got jug handles.
So everybody has those circles there, man.
Yeah, we got the jug handles. Remember?
Yeah.
Whip around.
I wouldn't get it that easy.
Well, all right, guys. Hey, we're going to take a brief break, and then we're going to come back, and we're going to indulge into a little bit of Doug Monda's foundation, and he's got some up-and-coming announcements to make regarding his podcast, his foundation. So stay tuned. Listen up. You don't want to miss it.
Jesse, have you ever wondered what is the best way to interview applicants for your open position so you have the best chance of hiring a keeper?
All the time.
Well, I talk to managers every day, Jesse, that use their gut instinct to make a hire. Sometimes that works out, but more times than not, it can lead to a bad hire. Replacing a poor hire can be expensive and hurt morale. One of our most popular service offerings at HR Office Savers is teaching employers how to be better interviewers. Improved interviewing techniques lead to better hiring, which leads to better employee retention, which leads to less turnover and more profit. Contact me today to find out how you can learn to be a better interviewer. I can be reached online at www.hrofficesavers.com or by phone 928-308-4506. Again, that's 928-308-4506. 928-308-4506.
Steven,
Why, yes, Christopher.
what are you doing?
I am scribing down some ideas for the next podcast of the Black Dog Confessional.
Oh, Mitzi had spoke of that. She said it is rather wonderful.
Well, you know, we tried to succeed, Christopher. We tried to succeed. We're talking about all the proper etiquette techniques that we can this week.
Do you think everyone is listening?
I definitely believe so, Christopher.
Well, if they're not, they better get on the game!
Hey there, welcome back to the second part, our first commercial break. We're back live on the Vinnie Marino podcast. So we were talking about the diversion diamond. We're talking about nonsense over the weekend, antics. And just want to get serious for a few minutes with Doug Monda. We got him back on. He reported to me that he's got some exciting news involving his foundation, and I'm going to let Doug tell us what's going on, and we'll spitball back and forth about his up and coming thing that he's got going on. So without further ado, let me welcome back Doug Monda.
Yeah, welcome back, Doug.
Thank you.
We love having Doug Monda on our show.
Thank you. That's a shocker. That's
Very
usually
real
not
person.
what I hear, but
Very real person.
I see my wife logged on. I just gotta say hi to her, man. I haven't seen her all day.
Hi, Karen.
Hi, Karen.
I seen her. She made a little comment. She probably said we were being mean or something.
Oh, we're never mean.
Usually I see that.
We haven't indulged it. We're going to get into meanness afterwards.
So, yeah, well, I got some pretty cool things happening with the foundation, but I kind of want to change it up a little bit because obviously we had something tragic happen this week. Out of respect to the family, I haven't communicated with the family, but I've communicated with several people in the department.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, there was an incident in Titusville where we lost a firefighter. So just, if anybody's listening or comes across this, man, just keep them in your hearts and your prayers. And I'm sure they're going to need as much help and support as we can get. And obviously, the Survive First, we're going to reach out to them and give them whatever they need. And I'm looking forward to getting to meet them and doing whatever I can to help that family.
Yeah, a lot of people don't know. Some people don't pay attention to news But that's some serious stuff right there, and we pray for the family. And it's when something happens unexpectedly, it's tough for anybody. So
yeah, it's been a rough week, because it's it's on home turf, and I try so hard, man, to get this information out there and get the word, and I try to get to police chiefs and fire chiefs, and it's just difficult. And, to have it happen on my home turf really kind of set me back this week. But you keep chucking along.
Let's hope that your foundation, gets to these people, these administrators, and gives the help to people that need it. Yeah. And they were able to recognize it and give it to in their roll call meetings and their training seminars, talk about that, your message, so somebody won't be so afraid to approach them, because like as we said before in our first show, these people are afraid of the recourse if they come up and say something's bothering them or they're not feeling right. So yeah, that's pretty sad. It's a pretty sad thing. That I think what happened, it just happened like Thursday or Friday of last week?
I think so.
Thursday, Friday?
That's one thing. It's Saturday when you're retired. Every day is Saturday.
Yeah, I know.
It was
Amen.
The other day, but it's been rough, and I'm just looking at the screen. I seen Doug Levine chimed in, and it's funny, man. Anybody who knows Doug Levine, he's just not the type of guy who calls you up and says nice things to you. Like, you get nervous when you see his name. He's gonna pick on you and give you a hard time. But I was
Doug.
I was having a moment, and man, Doug just called me up, and I thought he was going to cuss me out for doing something dumb, and he just told me to keep up the good work. And thanks, Doug, man. He's always been there for me.
Yeah. Well, I'm telling you, like I said, I will dedicate as much time as I can for Survive First Foundation and getting their message out. We get a lot of views after the show, and if somebody watches this and shares it, and somebody can see what this foundation is about. So, Doug, why don't you tell us what you got? What do you got, man? I don't even know. Barely.
What's the big news?
Yeah. No, man, it's a little overwhelming. I'm still processing quite a bit, but it's funny. After that happened, I'm like, man, I got to work harder. I need something. I've got to stop this. And so we got the opportunity to be part of the. Am I cutting out? Or I got to get closer. It's called the Honor Walk 2019. And basically what it is there's been a guy named Danny Garcia, and he's like 74 years old, and he has been walking around the world for about 25 plus years. The guy's walked across Africa to raise money. He's walked from New York to Louisiana to raise money for Katrina. And mainly his walks revolve around spreading the word of peace, spreading the word of God, and raising money for children in need. And he's doing a walk from California across the United States, ultimately end up, cutting through D.C. up to New York. And it's to raise awareness for PTSD for veterans.
Okay.
And so friend of a friend, how it works. Told him, what I was doing. And he said he wanted to meet me. We ended up meeting. And he said, hey, I want to do this walk across the U.S. To raise awareness for first responders as well. And I want to do it for your foundation.
Wow.
And I was
Huge.
like, so Karen and I were like, yeah, gigantic. I mean, this is a pretty big ordeal. If you look it up online, you'll get to see what a big deal
And that's how they find that online?
It's Honor Walk 2019. So it ultimately ends at the United Nations in New York with a big ceremony. Cuts through D.C. Obviously, there'll be a lot of involvement with the government, politicians, that so forth. And it will hit all the major cities across the lower U.S. So it's going to come from California, Arizona, Texas, straight across, and then up to New York, ultimately ending there. And so a lot of publicity, a lot of people, and so we get the chance to ultimately spread the word and let them know we're out there. All the first responders, hey, we're out here for you. We can help you. So when I met, we had a meeting. I told the guy, like, wow, man, we're going to save a lot of lives, and we're going to be able to reach a lot of people.
You're going to reach a lot of people.
You're going to reach a ton of people, man.
And so I go, well, what can I do for you? I'm a servant, man. Like, what can I do to help? And he looks at me and he goes, I want you to come with me. So I instantly looked over at my wife because I was waiting for her to do what she always does. Doug, you can't do that because I'm always doing something dumb. And I was like, okay, yeah, I'm in. And I can walk, I can run. I've done a bunch of crazy stuff like that. So we're in, and I'm looking forward to it. So and probably I think, where's my wife at on the screen? Is it the 19th or 18th, babe?
Help us out, Karen.
Yeah, come on, baby. Yeah, pop it up there. So anyway, it's like next Sunday, I think. We leave from California. We come from Northern California down to San Diego, Camp Pendleton, which I've got a history with Camp Pendleton. I'm really looking forward to going and talking to some people there. Then we'll shoot across from Camp Pendleton, Arizona, Texas. So I'm not doing foot for foot. It's 6,300 miles, I think. I'm going to do it intermittently, so I will show up at the major cities.
Right.
I've got a lot of commitments that I've already committed to, speaking engagements. Actually, Karen and I are 18, she said. And we're going obviously we're going to Africa the 1st of June for our summer vacation. And so I'll just fly back and forth. We've got quite a bit of supporters that are going to help us do that. And I'll hit the major cities. I'll be in Washington to get to meet with the big boy and the big boys up there. And then
and big boys meaning
the big boys in Washington.
Oh.
They're on board.
Yeah.
I mean, it's one thing good,
Wow.
whether what side you're on, if you're on the left or the right. The good thing is they support law enforcement and first responders, and I'm pretty excited about that. And then we'll end it at the United Nations, where there'll be a big ceremony. We're going to present them with a Peace Bowl, and there's a big kickoff party that I'm looking forward to. They've got commitments, Bon Jovi and
who's the other guy? Eric?
Paul McCartney.
Paul McCartney.
So despite all that, it's and then the people that are involved behind the scenes and that are going to show up and be part of this is a global network. They're coming from all over. And I'm excited to have the opportunity because I've always said one is better than none. If I can get in front of one guy for 5 minutes and just let him know, hey man, all you got to do is call me and I'll get you help. Don't do it. Don't take care of yourself. Take care of your teammates. That's all I want. And
so what?
I'm gonna have that choice.
Where is this going to take Survive First? Is this going to take you to the next level that you didn't expect to be at this soon? As far as now. This will provide some funding towards your foundation, right?
Well, ultimately, because there'll be an opportunity for people to donate to Survive First,
right.
Which is good because we're a nonprofit, so everything we do is donations and fundraising, and it's real expensive at times to provide the care for first responders, and we take care of their families as well as best we can. So yeah, this will take us to a different level. Obviously, it's going to put us on a much bigger platform than where we're at, and where we've started at. So I'm excited about that, and
Wow.
it's going to open the doors to save a lot more lives. We're at. I'm going to ask you again, babe. Is it 49? What's the number? Yeah, anybody who knows me knows I'm not worth a flip without my wife.
So was this guy on Oprah Winfrey, and
He's connected, man. He's met with from Arafat and Saddam. He's walked the Middle East. He's met with everybody on TV. Met with presidents, world leaders.
Jason, you've heard of this guy?
No, I'm be honest with you.
I
have
haven't
not
either.
heard of him.
Yeah,
but,
I haven't
but I
either.
want to go home now and read up on him.
Yeah.
I got Karen and I got the chance to meet him, and we were just taken away, man. There's part of you being a cop going, "Come on,
Yeah,
man!" But
yeah.
man, this guy's met with the Pope. I mean,
How
he's
did he get a hold of you? How did he?
another guy named Doug, who's friends with him. I've come to know him at our church, and so you know how the chain reaction.
Oh yeah,
work.
man.
And so
Church has got long reach. They reach a long way,
Yeah.
man.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so the door opened, and we're moving forward. Karen says 46. She thinks 46 suicides since January 1st.
Wait.
and that's-
So that's 5 more than last week.
than the
when
last time we met. Yeah.
So 5 more
Yeah.
law enforcement people.
Or first responders. I don't.
first
are they-
responders.
Yeah, I don't know what.
and that's documented, because a lot of
Well, we talked about that.
Yeah, so
they do.
who
It's
knows
not
what they're-
mandated for them to report these.
Right.
So some of these might not even get reported. Some might not.
Vinny. I'm in shock right now. 5 more.
Yeah.
In 1 week.
That's more than the law enforcement being killed.
It's ridiculous, and as you know, with my story, man, I'm just grateful that I'm still here on the planet. That I lived through what I did, and so I want to make sure that these other guys, because at the time when I had my suicide attempt, I thought there was no end. I thought that there was no avenue, and I thought that was at the time, I thought that was the best avenue to take. And now it's clearly a whole different picture. So, it
Wow.
gives me the opportunity to get in front of them. And
Well,
and we got a lot of people on our team, man. It's amazing.
Yeah.
Like a lot of people, like everywhere I go.
and
Vinny, real quick, Karen just commented on Facebook that number is strictly law enforcement.
oh wow,
That's not first responder. That's just law
Oh, man.
enforcement.
Wow.
That hits home.
I didn't know if it was both.
that hits home for me and Doug because it's such a difficult career, And they said the average length of service that they kill themselves is around 15 years. Is the time
It was
the majority?
It was 15 for me too.
Yeah. 50, it's something with that magical number. You know what, man? I can't even remember 15 years. I can't remember yesterday. I have to think. No, I mean, I talked about my
I know, you have that,
deficiencies.
yeah.
My memory it's part of it. If you ask me what'd you do yesterday, I could tell you, but I can't tell you right away. I got to sit here and reverse, like a rewind, like in a VHS machine. I got to rewind
Data.
and I got to rewind my brain to think back what I did. Yeah. And I don't think I ever really contemplated. God, I can't say that I ever contemplated suicide.
But you probably had the thought of, would life be better without me?
Yeah, I did have that premonition sometimes. It's like, God dang, what? Who's going to give a shit? What did I really? What really prompted me to get to this where I'm at? And I try to get out of that rut. And that's why I hate. I've overcome a lot, and I've tried to always be around people because when I'm alone, that's when the gears start turning.
It's funny you said that because that's my problem. When I was at work, I was great because I had a task, and I say great. I was a nuisance to everybody I worked with,
right.
And in your agency, like when I showed up, people were like, "Oh shit, here's Doug Monda. We're all going to be in NIA. He's going to kill somebody.
He's going to kill somebody.
Yeah, that's it. They were like, here comes that lunatic.
Yeah,
and
lethal weapon.
And unfortunately for me, man,
but
they rallied behind me.
Yes,
man.
and you were, at least people were able to read you. It's the ones you can't read.
Right.
That all of a sudden they go ape shit. They barricade themselves, and it's like what? And nobody. It's like not knowing your neighbors. I used to go to a call and the door's wide open. I don't know them. How do you not know your neighbors? That's just like in our business. How do you not know your zone partner? How do you not know somebody in your squad?
Yeah.
I mean, I never thought he was capable of doing that. Well, what the fuck? You don't talk to these people? And that's the problem, man. We're all too macho. They're all too macho to talk about sensitive stuff. And that's the problem. Nobody wants to talk about that when it needs to be discussed. Hey, anything going through your mind right now? See, when you know how many times you see cars, deputies and police officers are car to car, these facing each other. And it's like, what do they talk about? I mean, do they talk about, hey, anything going on in your life that you want to talk about something? And that's important, man. So
I know you. I shouldn't say I know. I've heard, through the deputy, through the sheriff's department, through other agencies. You guys have counselors and stuff you can go to, but again, like you mentioned last week, hey, you got a problem, bury it until later.
Yeah.
Nobody uses those resources. Yeah. Like, I had them. I had EAP, and that was a joke.
Oh, yeah.
And then, you have the pastors. That was just my experience. I'm not dogging EAP because they probably helped a lot of people. But for me, I had a bad experience. That's a story in itself.
Mine was real quick, and then we'll get back. We'll go to a break, and then we'll come back with some off-topic stuff. But mine was, and that's when it was really tough because it was an on-duty death in Cocoa, and it was involving a crash. Okay, and that was worse, okay, because your mindset's in a different level. When you're not in an aggressive mindset, it's like if anybody hit a dog or a cat, it's traumatic, and it was traumatic for me. So they sent me to EAP, and I was talking to this lady, and mine was where then everything started coming back on my lap. Like, hey, I ended up getting a speeding ticket, and I mean, my whole career was at jeopardy. It was ready to be shit canned after 25 years. I had all kinds of things going on. So I was seeing this EAP counselor, and she was the worst. She was talking like, oh, well, why are you upset that you got a ticket? Well, I would have got a ticket if I did something wrong. I'm like, oh, geez, this is going south. And then, she was just real argumentative of what my feelings were. And then, she said, well, I don't know if there's anything else we could talk about. And she ended up being a sexual counselor, a sex expert. So she goes, you want to talk about, like, sex stuff? I'm like, whoa. So I came back to my agency. I said, hey, man, you got to pull me from this one. I don't know where this kook came from, man. Yeah. She was a whack job. But we're going to take a break for a few minutes. I just want to say I'm glad to hear about Doug's exciting news.
Heck yeah.
That's going
to be up and coming for Doug's and his foundation. Exciting news. So we're going to come back with some roundtable discussion, and see you soon.
Look out.
Vinnie Marino Podcast. Wow.
Hey, man.
Lightning.
What's up, sunshine?
I am so excited about our new show.
Oh, yeah? Well, what are we going to talk about? Real estate?
Of course.
How to get a mortgage?
Yep, for first-timers and experienced owners.
What about the best place to get a drink on the beach?
Lightning, come on. Who would know better than us?
All right, I dig it. Plus, I know we're going to bring in tons of great local guests, tell jokes, and talk about some of the hottest listings to hit the market.
Oh my God, I can't wait. Sunshine and Lightning over Brevard will have new shows every Sunday at 1:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, streaming live from the beautiful Space Coast Podcast Studios.
And make sure you like our Facebook page, Sunshine and Lightning, Exit First Class Realty, and subscribe to Space Coast Podcast to make sure you don't miss out on any of our new shows.
Dig it.
All right, boom.
You're listening to Space Coast Podcast, home of the greatest podcasts on the Space Coast. If you're interested in becoming a sponsor or having your own show, email us at spacecoastpodcast@hotmail.com.
Space Coast Podcast.
Talk hard!
Hey, welcome back. That was our second commercial break, man. I feel like like I'm a real podcast guy. So I'm in a real podcast studio. But
Vinnie Marino,
I am not totally satisfied because I don't have a goddamn trash can in here. So
I guess you can't eat your banana.
I'm gonna send a memo to the producer about this dilemma here with no trash can.
Wait. Hey, are you talking about producer Jesse?
Yeah, the guy sitting right in front of me. So
get you a shirt that says producer Jesse on it.
So we're gonna wrap up with Doug real quick, and then we're gonna go into some roundabout topics. Doug, why don't you close out with your segment there real quick, and we're gonna have Doug back on anytime he wants. I'm just telling you right now, Doug. Anytime you want to come on, if you want to be off-site and you want to throw me some messages of what to talk about and what to bring up, I'll be glad to do it for you. And your foundation. So anybody, and also Doug, plug your website and your. So go ahead.
Anybody can, check us out at www.survivefirst.us. I like that US part, man. That just always
America.
Yeah. So they can reach us there. Obviously, man, if anybody wants to help or donate to the cause, man, the more we have people help, the more people we can help.
Well, Doug, somebody just put on there. Is there a way to donate to Doug's walk on that page?
Yes, they're actually we've got a team of people working because it's kind of last minute that I jumped in on this. But they're working to make a separate. So you can, yes, that the answer is yes. You can, if you go to the webpage, I'm looking to see if my wife's telling me I'm wrong. There's a way you can go on the website and donate money. All the different ways from PayPal to credit cards to, something like that.
And I encourage everyone, man, to please, who cares, $1, $10, it's a very well given foundation. So yeah, I'm really glad that Doug's getting that next milestone to his foundation, man. That's God is good, man.
Yeah,
Amen.
I'm looking forward to it, man. So any help we can get, thank you. And so I'll communicate with you guys from the road, from walking down the road.
And you're gonna do like some YouTube stuff.
I'm going to bring a GoPro. I'm really not educated in that type of stuff. So
Either
I'm
am I.
going to try to get a GoPro and do some live stuff. Or I guess I can do it live from my phone and check in with you guys. And I'm going to be coming home periodically.
Okay.
It's quite as much. I had to tell them from the beginning, like, hey, man, I require a lot of time with, being around my wife to keep my sanity. She's obviously got a leash. They keep me from, doing crazy stuff.
Gotta have somebody keeping an eye on you.
I saw that connection last week, man.
Yeah,
awesome.
well, anybody who knows me knows how that goes.
By the way, thanks for dinner last week, man. That was
my pleasure,
righteous, man.
That was fun.
Yeah, Doug.
I left too early.
Yeah, you did. You ran out of here, man.
Jesse, he chickened out. And producer Jesse. Sorry, I didn't mean to insult you. Producer Jesse.
Well, Doug, again, thank you again, man. This,
you.
Everybody, this was a last-minute thing. It was just going to be me and Jason going to spitball all kinds of antics, but Doug reached out to me, and I'm glad he did because I always have time for him at any point. And if he wants a special showing, I'll do it an off day. It doesn't have to be on a Monday. It could be Saturday, Sunday.
No, thank you, man. Thanks for being such a loyal
Hey, while
friend.
he's walking around the country, it would be kind of cool, Doug from the road type of thing.
Yeah, man. He could. I don't know how we can. I'll talk to my producer Jesse and see if we can simulcast some. Because I'll tell you what, I'm going on a cruise next Friday, the 22nd, and I'm going to be weather permitting and what's that shit called? Wi-Fi permitting, which we'll have it. We'll see how it is in the Bahamas. But I'm going to do a broadcast live from the Bahamas.
Are you and your brother going to do like that thing on the front of the boat, like Titanic? That would be a good way to start it off. That would be a good way to start the show.
So I'm going to do a live broadcast from the show, and it'll be first time for I think Space Coast Podcast. So we're going to see how that works out. Hopefully Jesse doesn't get stopped at security thinking he's bringing on all kinds of electronical stuff on the boat, and we'll get him through security with no problem. But, Doug, thanks again, man. We love you, buddy.
Doug, thank you.
Thank you, man. Thanks. Let me just say, thanks for your loyalty and your friendship, man. You've always been a great friend. Thanks for, even bringing us on and helping us in the ways you do. And we're grateful, period, to everybody. Just real quick, like even this weekend I ran into Gary Haas.
Oh, yeah.
And he was wearing one of the Survive First shirts. It was really like one of the first times I've seen it out there, man. And I just went up and thanked him. He's like, "Oh no, man! Like we love what you're doing, and we're on board if you ever need our help." And man, that's awesome.
Yeah,
You
as
know what I
long
mean?
yeah, you got to reach out to him. You know, Doug. I mean,
Yeah.
and you know, there's so many different avenues for resources, and some people don't want to offer, but if you reach out to them, they'll step right up and help out.
Yeah, man, it's crazy. People are coming out of the woodworks to come on board, man, from every department out there, and we're just honored, man. So
Awesome.
thanks everybody.
Hey,
and,
seriously though,
Susan.
get a double extra fat shirt. I'll wear it anytime. I will buy a couple.
Well, Doug, we're going to ask you if you want to stay on with us till the remainder. We're going to spitball some Vinny's top topics. I'll tell you, man, I got a
Lord
whole
help
bunch of
us.
flashcards that I just write shit down that just either aggravates me or whatever, but mostly aggravates me. But we're going to spitball a couple things that really just like, and one thing I'm going to bring up real quick because it's a friggin' nonsense. Okay, so Jason, you go to the grocery store, okay, and you we all have to buy toilet paper, right? So we buy the toilet paper.
Yep.
And for the first time ever, and this is just something that just came to me like 2 weeks ago.
Go for it.
So I'm tired of buying those little shitty rolls because they, no pun intended, they don't really they don't last long. So I go and I said, oh, look at this one. It's this brand. I don't know if it was Cottonelle or some bullshit. It's like buy 8 rolls equals 12 rolls.
Right.
Or 8 rolls equals 14 rolls. I'm like, holy shit.
Yeah,
Okay.
double roll.
Right.
I call it double roll.
So I buy it. You know, it's like, all right. Less, I got to keep changing the roll. You know, because, you know, some people measure their sheets when they take them. I just, how do you know?
Roll and go.
Yeah,
You
roll and go. So I bring the damn things home, and I'm like, all right, this is some fancy shit now, man. So I want to try it out, but the problem is the fucking thing doesn't fit.
Yeah.
So I literally have to get my paper towel roll from the kitchen and set that up in my bathroom until that shrinks down to the level that I can get it on a normal
Back on the toilet paper roll.
So I'm sure everybody has that problem. I mean, unless they have these slings that you put a toilet paper thing on.
But see, I have one of those. It's like the sling wire thing. Dude, it still doesn't fit.
Yeah,
it still doesn't fit properly.
So,
that thing sticks out like 4.5 inches off the wall.
So I don't know why they even. I know, Doug, this is something you probably have never experienced, but
because all my buddies got to comment and tell me I look like a dork, so I was just laughing at my friend. But I'm listening, you know.
Yeah.
So my buddy
But we're
Jess
talking about
told me I look like a dork.
toilet paper.
No, so we use the stick, not the thing.
It looks like a paper towel.
No, we used it like we bought this thing that's separate. From
I might as well just buy paper
plunger.
towels and wipe my ass with that with a paper towel.
Doug, I know exactly what you're talking about. Vinny's just in another world. Bird.
Yeah.
Okay. there.
Yeah, squirrel.
There.
But no, I mean, I might as well wipe my ass with a paper towel because those rolls are goddamn gigantic, and it's like you can't. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I don't have a modern home. I don't know. It's fairly new, but I mean, I don't get. Maybe they're building bigger toilet paper racks, so I don't know.
Nah, I don't think they've caught up yet.
That was something that I had experienced. But another thing.
Wait. Let's go back to the toilet paper for a minute.
Yeah.
Might just go with the butt wipes.
I have those too. You got to have those. You
Flush them though.
Yeah, you do. They're made to be not on a cruise ship. You don't bring your own you don't bring your own wipes on a cruise ship because you'll clog the toilet up, and that's happened to my brother.
Hey, you know what's
He brings his own little wipies and
Poor Steve.
yeah. And what are you reading?
Doug Levine said, "Glad your ear fits in the headset." So,
Man.
you know what's worse than your toilet paper thing is, which is rare, but I do go to grocery stores every now and then with Karen, and when you got to pick them, like
Pick a what?
The double roll,
Oh,
the
yeah.
2-ply, like it's. I get anxiety.
I want the
man.
kind that the bear wipes his ass. That's got to be the best kind. Have it a representative as a bear.
Or just
You know, I can't picture a bear wiping his ass, but there's some fucking thing flying around.
It's a
here.
moth.
So while we're talking about bathrooms, another thing that gets me going is these
Here we
friggin'
go.
these sanitary bathrooms, you know, where you know everything's touchless, you know.
Motion
Yeah,
sensors.
motion this, motion that.
sensors.
So you go into the bathroom to wash your meat hooks, okay?
That's hands
and
for
it's-
people that don't know what
yeah.
that means.
I call them meat hooks, dick skinners, whatever you want to. So you go in there and it's fancy. It's a great looking bathroom, and you go to, you know, some people put soap on first and then water. Some people do water then the soap.
Right.
Okay. So you go in there and I don't know what I do. I think I put a little bit of water on first, but it's an automatic sensor thing. So you got to get to the right spot. You don't stand in front of them. You got to wave your hand. So you're waving your hand in front of the sink like an idiot.
You look like you're dancing.
And then it turns on, right? So then you get a little water. Then you go over to the soap thing, and it spits out like a droplet of soap.
Yeah.
Okay? Because they're cheap. They don't want you to overdo the soap. And God forbid you be clean. So then you got to try to wave your hand until it recycles to give you another douse. Okay?
The worst part's when the battery goes.
Oh, yeah. It's fucking. Then you go back to the sink and you wave your hand in front of the sink, right? And then you get the thing to finally get the water going and shit. And while we're on the water, I mean, my brother even said, why the hell these restaurants, they don't give hot water in the bathrooms?
They're supposed to, according to health code.
Bullshit. So anyways, so you're dancing with the soap and the water back and forth. Then, after you're all washed up, you got to go to the paper towel thing. And you got to wave your hand in front of that.
If there's paper towel
if there's in it. But you got to wave your hand in front of that thing. And then once you wave your hand in front of it and it cycles, it's a piece of like about 4 inches long that you can't, then you got to try to do it again. So I say, you look like you're doing the goddamn Macarena in there trying to dance and get everything to turn on. And then they have the toilets automatic flush too, which they don't work half the time. Because I've been in there before and I pissed over somebody's piss.
Yeah.
And I don't know, maybe...
No, I mean,
it's like, and then there's remnants of some. I'm like, so who took a shit or took a piss? An invisible man?
Okay,
because it didn't flush.
Yeah, here's my thing.
It should have.
Okay, listen,
but then you got to stand there and dance in front of it so it flushes.
Right. So here's the other thing, though. When you get ready to leave the bathroom, okay, you already did all this stuff with all the motion sensors. You're dancing around. You're all clean. But then when you got the paper towel to open up the door handle, then the freaking trash can is behind you. It should be right by the door.
Yeah. Yeah. Some of them have that big hook. It's like a hook on the door, and you throw your elbow in there. Because you could do all that hand sanitizing shit, and then you got to grab a door handle that the guy before you pissed and never even washed his hands, and then or picked his nose.
But every dang bathroom should have hot water. Should be hot water.
Yeah, minimal.
And then I know it's another unsanitary thing is, now women don't have to worry about it because they don't deal with like standing urinals. But the urinals, I mean, you got to stand like 3 feet away. You're stepping in somebody's shit, piss all over the floor.
Oh no, the worst is when I'm wearing flip flops.
Oh yeah, or don't go to
like,
the beach,
or like you're at a concert or something.
Oh yeah,
and everybody's at the urinals, and all of a sudden you're starting to feel some splash.
Oh yeah,
some droplets on your. They don't have that on your flip flops.
Yeah, they don't have that meat barrier.
Oh my
you know?
God. It's the worst.
They don't have the barrier, so you know the meat gazing barrier.
Right, yeah.
So you got the guy next to you. You know you got to have that wall there, so they're not meat gazing on you. You know.
Yeah, I'm starting to think those what are they called? Depends.
Yeah.
Shit, that might be an option, man.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
So I've seen this stuff on TV called clitty litter. I kid you not, man. Can we say that?
Yeah. You can say whatever you want.
Right. So
clitty
I'm
litter.
not messing with you, man. This chick. It's like looks like a damn oversized hacky sack. And
it's like a hammock under their crotch?
It's just like a little bag, almost kind of reminds like what baseball players use. And they can
like
squeeze it between their leg and their car.
What?
And that's what it's called. I'm not
I've
joking.
Never heard of it.
And they can pee in it, and it does it.
Wow, that's good for concerts.
Yeah, so maybe.
So now I need to look that up and Mr. Garcia. Those are my two topics tonight on Google.
Litter, man. Wow.
Unbelievable.
We're
holy cow.
Unbelievable.
That I've never heard. Clitty. If anybody's listening, that's a female.
Hey,
if you're a guy and you heard of it, I'd like to know how you heard about it.
Hey,
How
Vinnie.
do you spell it?
What?
Clitty. CLITTY.
Karen, we have.
Unless it's got an I. Clit. Clit is CLIT.
Boy, here comes
It's
the
probably C.
And Doug, how do you know about it? How did you hear about it, Doug?
I saw it on
late night show, right? Late night.
I was actually watching a show about like a
what was it,
psychologist.
Skinamax?
No, it was a psychologist because I'm crazy. I got to do research.
Yeah.
And he drives with his clients, and so he was driving with the client, and they're in traffic in California, and the lady reaches in, pulls out, and he goes, "Hey, what's that?" And she goes, "Oh, it's clitty litter." And so the psychologist dude looks over and he's like, "What the fuck are you doing?" And she's like, "I gotta go," and she just peed in it. That's where I got that.
My brother said his cat. His cat pisses in a toilet.
And look, the first.
No, my brother Nick. He said his cat. I think he said he pisses in a toilet.
Look, remember what I was
Well,
just telling you?
my little puppy pees.
Hold on,
and
let me get
poops
my
in the
old man
shower.
glasses on. Let me see.
Look, it came up. The doctor. What I saw, the doctor saw that it made.
Wow,
a comment.
is there a picture?
I'm sure there's something disgusting in there.
Wow, watch the clitty litter. Oh, L.A. shrinks videos. Wow, this is like.
Yeah, that's it. That's what I was watching.
See if it pops up. Well, I just had to talk about these bathrooms, man. They're something else, man. They're woo. But you know what? Another thing. Oh, let me see.
No, not the picture.
Oh, that's you.
Oh, that's an old picture.
Oh.
Man. That was
I got you.
Actually, I think that was my 40th birthday.
You know that damn thing that my brother said his cat pisses in a toilet is like he's got like 9. He's the one who said he's got PTSD from his cats.
Oh, I got PTSD from my cat and my wife, man. And I hate freaking cats, man.
I feel your pain on some of that.
I pull my gun.
No,
on
what are you trying to blabber there, Jay? What are you trying?
No. What I was going to say was, even my little puppy Cash, dude, in the middle of the night, he'll go in the shower. I'll wake up the next morning. There's pee and poop in the shower. I don't get it.
He's courteous. He's courteous, man.
It's better than my carpet, but I mean, good Lord.
Hey, you know what? Another thing that just came to my mind, what pisses me off.
Oh no.
You know what? Real quick, and this is kind of like.
Wait, is it in the stack of note cards? That's what I want to know.
Yeah, I did. I just had it out there, but I have, like I said, I have these things, and it's the goddamn seasons. Okay, coming way too early. I mean, I'm already telling people Merry Christmas. It's goddamn. Am I right though? Am I bullshitting you guys? I don't try to talk about bullshit. Is Christmas coming way too early? Is Thanksgiving being overpassed by? Hold on. Halloween is being overpassed by Christmas.
Oh yeah, that's been like that for years now, though. I mean,
it's getting worse.
It's getting worse, but I haven't heard anything about Christmas yet.
I miss the Black Friday where they used to go out there at 5, 4 in the morning, trample over each other. And I remember the Target over here in Vieira. That son of a bitch had a line all the way around. Like there was probably 500 people in line.
Did you have to patrol it?
I actually worked an overtime detail for that one time. Wow. But I miss all that antics, you know. But now it's like
we got Amazon, dude. But you don't need to get up.
I mean, how long have they already had Easter shit out?
I bet Amazon's
Easter has been out since the day after Valentine's Day.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean,
no lie.
I guarantee you. When do you think Christmas stuff will start coming out? I predict.
How about this? I see it at Home Depot.
Yeah.
I see it right after. Actually, no. Right before Halloween ends.
Everybody
as Halloween's coming to an end, all those inflatables and crap, they're pushing that out into the middle of the store, and then they start setting up for Christmas.
Bastards.
So pretty much
everybody wants to be first. Everybody wants to be first.
Oh, it's going to get worse.
Now it's not even a Black Friday, and it was like the Black Friday week. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? I mean, there's no more, everybody wants to be first.
Well, see, you know when everything got stupid? When they started Christmas in July. That whole Christmas in July thing, the halfway point.
That's my birthday, man.
That's mine, too. Mine is, too. July 3rd.
I'm July 24th. That's 6 months.
By the way, this guy, Doug's going to be hitting a big 5-0.
Yeah, man.
5-0.
Yeah, you're half a century.
I'm still kicking it. My brother just said he chimed in, man.
Oh, your brother.
Oh,
oh boy.
That's my man right there.
That a boy.
Is that Big Don there?
That's
that Mr. Mondo?
That's Don, man. So he said, ask Doug about eating pet food when he was a kid, huh?
Did you?
Dude, you want to talk about eating pet food? I got a great story for you.
I guess I did.
This is a true story.
Stupid shit when
True story. So I met my now wife, Tiffany, right? We were up in Jersey for my stepfather's 80th. We're at my sister's house visiting. I see these goldfish on the counter. Everybody's talking and stuff. I start eating goldfish.
Like the cookie cracker.
Yeah, what I think is goldfish. All of a sudden, my sister turns around and she goes, you're eating dog treats. Dude, no lie. I probably finished half a bowl. They were good.
Hey, they make organic dog food now you can eat.
They were freaking delicious. I mean, I'm like, oh, wow, man, it's like double cheddar goldfish. I mean, it was like really good.
Yeah.
So what do I get for Christmas that year? Or no, it wasn't Christmas. It was my birthday.
Yeah. Pepperonis.
Because my birthday was right after my wedding. No. I got a gigantic bag of those goldfish.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Did you eat them?
I had a couple.
I mean, they make organic stuff they make cupcakes for dogs. They make all kinds of shit for dogs.
It's crazy.
Things are different.
My dog's on a special diet, man. I have a service dog, and he's got an inflammatory bowel disease.
Ooh.
Yeah, a fucking huge expense, man. But he's good as long as I adopted him I got him from another person who canine trained him, and when I got him, the dog used to shit like diarrhea all the time. I'm like, what's wrong with this dog? They said, oh, that's his breed. I said, his breed?
Probably anxiety.
Fuck. I was like, how the hell is he never has a solid shit. So, and then one time, he shit in my house. He shit at every exit of the house. He shit in my room, my son's room, my dad's room at the time. He shit by every door. He was just blasting it because he was trying to get out. Nobody was home. So I took him to the vet, and they said he's got, $800 later, he's got inflammatory bowel disease. I had to put him on trial food. So he was underweight because he kept shitting all the time. And they gave me a low-fat diet, low-fat dog food that he can only eat. And then they're saying, well, he needs to put on weight. I said, well, you got him on a low-fat fucking diet. How's he going to eat? He's an active dog. So they put him on another one, an active dog, and he shit all over the place. So it was like chemical, man. We had to check and balance, and finally I found a meal. Dog food is called Royal Canin, and it's for inflammatory bowel disease, and he can eat the canned food. He has the treats, specialized stuff. He gets anything foreign, holy crap, man! All the hell's his ass
so I
blows
want
up.
to hear about Doug's food story here. What Don was talking about. I want to hear it.
I guess he probably dared me to eat some dog treats or something. Cause I was
Oh, you don't even remember?
No, I don't remember.
Blame it on PTSD, man.
Don said on
I think
Facebook,
it's
dog
probably,
biscuits.
I'm going to blame it on alcohol. It's been a rough, 20, 30 years since then. But I'm sure he knows. He probably talked me into doing some dumb shit. I was always doing something crazy.
Oh, man, I'll tell you.
Is that a shocker?
They make dog food, though, that looks pretty good, man. It does. It's you can eat it. You can eat dog food now.
Every pet in our house is messed up. My dog's on I got the same thing with mine. I had them on Royal Canin because that's breed specific.
Yeah, it's like I got the best place, Vieira Animal Hospital. Good plug.
Hey, Dr. Aaron.
They give it to me. I tried it on Amazon. Can't beat them. I tried it on another vet. Can't beat them. It's like 68, 70 something bucks for a 28-pound bag. Yeah, and I can't beat their price, man. And she said, I like to keep the cost down for my people. Vets are expensive, man.
Shoot, tell me about it.
I can't. I can. They want to charge like a couple $100 to have my dog's teeth cleaned because I got to put them under. But I can get a vasectomy for $30. My dog goes in there. It's $800. It's no matter what, $500, $200, $300. It's like because they know you're going to pay for it. They know you're not going to let your dog sling.
Oh, of course not, man. They know that dog or that pet gives us unconditional love.
Where's the reasoning?
So we're going to do whatever we can.
$30 for a vasectomy?
Bro, we've had my dog less than 2 years. We've spent thousands.
Yeah.
Thousands.
Well, hey, guys, we can go on forever like we always do because we're all three amigos. And but we're going to wrap this segment up for the show. And we're going to be on next week. Or if I have a special engagement, I want to announce it on my page that if we have another show that is not on a Monday, just an added show. But, Doug, I want to thank you so much, man. We love you, buddy.
Thank you, Doug.
We appreciate everything you do for getting the word out. Yeah. And anybody needs anything that they can get on his website, they can donate. It's all what do they call that? Non-profit. And please, people, it's a serious matter, serious topic. So we thank you guys for joining us. Next week we'll have some more antics. And Jason, always nice seeing you, my man.
Thank you, brother.
We'll be at Wednesday.
Being here.
We'll be at Wednesday men's group together.
Oh yeah.
Hey, thank you all for joining, and be safe, be proud, be American.
Yeah, hoorah.